Christian Darrisaw signs his mega deal.
You are Locked On Vikings, your daily Minnesota Vikings podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Christian Darrisaw. He and the Vikings signed a $113 million contract, or a contract worth up to $113 million, with $77 million guaranteed and $43.7 million guaranteed at signing. There's your major numbers. So 4 years at $113 million, that's $28.25 million per year. I believe that by AAV makes him the highest paid tackle. However, when you look at the way that the cap is projected to increase, even without the specifics, just the drama of that increase, this looks to me like it's going to be a deal that ages very well. I do not have the contract details. We're still too early in that. I'll give you those when we got them, but I can at least speculate on them. And the details, if this is a contract like the ones Brzezinski always does, the first couple years are going to be a little bit deflated. You're going to be a little bit chill for the first couple years. So he's not going to have this giant cap hit like right now. You're going to have a chunk of that signing bonus right now. If I'm looking at $43.7 million guaranteed at signing, that probably includes his base salary this year, which Brzezinski usually does minimum base salary, and then signing bonus in the entire first year. The player will agree to that because the signing bonus is more than enough take-home pay for the year. And then it helps you distribute the cap. So if the $43.7 million is the signing bonus, then that would spread out through 5 years of the contract. Importantly, this adds 4 years onto what was already there. Right now, Christian Darrisaw is on the 4th year of his rookie deal. He'll play out his 5th year option year, and then the next 4 years of the contract start after that. So we have Christian Darrisaw in purple through 2029. That is a long-term commitment. That's now, he is the only Viking under contract for 2029. That's that. We didn't have one of those yet. Now we do. And that, I think, helps put to rest a question about Kwesi and, committing to players that I think was reasonable to ask after he sort of let go all of those veterans from the Zimmer era, many of which were old, but not all of them were old. And Danielle Hunter let go, commit to somebody, right? I was very adamant about calling for him to commit to somebody. And a lot of that too was asking for a Justin Jefferson extension and asking for this, which I thought would happen next year. So I'm very happy about this. I didn't think this was going to be possible. I didn't think Christian Darrisaw was going to say yes to this, because here is the deal. You make $28.25 million right now, but the real cap hit of that is not going to set in until 2027. And by 2027, $28 million a year ain't going to feel like anything. So signing the deal this early is, I think, going to cost Christian Darrisaw a lot of money in the long run versus if he had waited until next year, which is the exact bet Justin Jefferson made, and it worked out for him to the tune of 5 or 6 extra million per year. That's a big chunk of money that he made just by waiting for the cap to go up one more year before he signed the deal. That's why I went through this whole offseason thinking, there's no way Christian Darrisaw says yes to this. There's no way that there's no reason for him to get this done this early, which is why you don't see guys sign early this often. Right now, the people signing their extensions are people from the draft class before that one. This is we're having a CeeDee Lamb discussion, T. Higgins discussion, right? T. Higgins doesn't have the 5th year option, obviously, so it's a little bit different. But Justin Jefferson, these are the guys signing their contract right now. So Darrisaw does it early. And I think that's going to make the contract become very, very team-friendly. Now, we don't have the structure right now, but I can at least tell you what to look out for. Obviously, the structure of the guaranteed payout is really, really important. And what you're looking for when you go on to the over-the-cap breakdown is, what year does this become flexible? What year does this become cuttable? What year does this look like a really hot restructure candidate? Once it's a tradable or cuttable contract, the money amount starts to feel really, really fake, because you can always just go and say, hey, take a pay cut or we cut you, right? You can do that, which happens a lot at the end of these contracts. And by, the last year, the second to last year of the contract, you've probably done a couple of restructures and you've probably changed the cap hit so that that is no longer the case. But you always have the option of not doing that, right? You're not locked into doing that. It's just kind of what tends to happen because it tends to be a pretty good idea down the road. There's also, look out for void years and stuff, although there would be no reason to put a void year on the deal right now. You can always tack that on later. If there is, look 5 years ahead of that void year, and there's probably a restructure happening. That is the way Justin Jefferson's contract is constructed. He has this big roster bonus, or this big like option bonus thing that's clearly going to turn into signing bonus and be restructured. And then there's a void year that's like to help that restructure a little bit thinner. But you just can't do that ahead of time. You have to put a trigger in the contract for it to happen later. So there's like this void year that's got nothing in it right now. So maybe look out for that kind of thing if Brzezinski wants to use that trick again. But really, you're looking for the commitment, right? And with Darrisaw, there's not really any serious reason to not make that commitment, really hard. But with all of these contracts, I like the Jared Goff contract that he just signed. I think of that one. That's a 2-year commitment. And by year 3, there's an out. You can get out of that if it's not working out. So that doesn't show the same the same faith in him as it does, as the Justin Jefferson contract, which is like deeply guaranteed, way into it, and like he's going to see all that money. That's going to be the difference. So try to take your eye off the amounts a little bit and look at the commitment. But regardless, you got to be really stoked about this, right? Like this is really awesome, great, fun news. The thing that I can't get past is like, I think Darrisaw takes a bit of an L on it, even though it is the highest paid contract, for now. Rashawn Slater will probably sign a bigger one. Like it's fine. So it is a market rate. It is a high contract, but I think doing it now just doesn't serve him very well. But he decided to do it. Maybe he just really wanted the drama to be done. He just wanted to get his signing bonus money. He didn't want to wait anymore. And hey, sure, whatever you want, right? I can always respect that. But it's going to be team friendly. It's going to age into a way that makes it team friendly. So how about Christian Darrisaw locked up through 2029 on a team friendly deal? That's where we're at. Let's party. This rocks.